it's our privilege tonight just to give you a little bit of feedback regarding some of the other ministries that's funded from the Generosity Fund. So I want to invite you to please help me with a warm, evening service welcome to Boeta and Charmaine Swart. They'll be joining me on stage. You guys are welcome to join me. And we as leaders have very few opportunities to actually brag about the quality of people in our church. And this will probably make them very uncomfortable, but I do want to take the moment and just brag a little bit about how precious, how incredible, and just how awesome this couple is. They've been with us for many, many years, and they take responsibility for ministries in our church environment and outside of our church environment called the Anchor of Hope umbrella, which Boeta will explain in a moment, and then specifically Charmaine as well when it comes to something that we call the Pregnancy Crisis Center and a new initiative called the Miracle House. So I'm going to join them just for a second and maybe just ask Boeta to intro the conversation for us and just maybe briefly explain to our evening service partners exactly what Anchor of Hope is and some of the big things or highlights that Anchor of Hope takes responsibility for as an organization in our city. Thanks, Boeta.
I'm very uncomfortable. Evening, everybody. My name is Boeta. Anchor of Hope is an umbrella organization, non-profit organization that has different projects underneath it that we aim to uplift people through different things we do. We've got 3 houses. One is the Miracle House. It's a house for mothers that hasn't got work with children. And then we've got a pregnancy crisis center that my wife runs. Then we've got another house. We call it the men's shelter. It's actually not a shelter. It's a place where men come. It's all the guys that you see in the street. They work for us. And then they get better work and they get to go back to families, start their own families and just be uplifted and give them hope. Then we've got a food and clothing bank. We support 38 other organizations in Bloemfontein with food and clothes, usually mainly daycares and old age homes. And then we've got a carpentry project where we make couches, we do building cupboards. It's all job creation. And the main thing about job creation is that we can actually, people feel they are something worth if they can do something and they can earn something. We've got a sewing project where we use ladies from gender-based violence, where they make us stuff. The interstate bus that you travel on, those seats, we do the upholstery for all those buses. There's 205 buses that we do the upholstery for. And then we've got an infrastructure project. We cut the lawns, we cut the sidewalks, we pick up garbage bags, all with people that we give work to. And then we also got a community project where we take hands with one of Doc Sadeo's things is called Kingdom Vision, where we give the premises, they use the premises, and we support them. And then we've also got some small projects where we give bags to girls that give birth in Palonomia Hospital, where there's a little bit of soap and a washing towel and things inside there. So in all of that, we try to involve the whole community, and we also try to support other non-profit organizations so that they can also stand up and make a difference.
You asked them to briefly explain some of the avenues that they are using as vehicles to bring hope to very hopeless individuals and institutions in our city. And it's incredible just to hear that there is almost not a street, a corner in our city where Anchor of Hope as an organization is not busy bringing hope, becoming involved in people's lives. But something we're also so thankful for and excited about is the Pregnancy Crisis Center as well as the Miracle House. So Charmaine, maybe you can just share a little bit about the heart, why this thing exists and what role you play. And just, is there something we should know about this new initiative that's the Miracle House? Over to you.
Good evening. At the Pregnancy Crisis Center of Hope, we offer unwavering support and assistance to everyone that's facing an unexpected or difficult pregnancy, and we want to see lives being transformed. So about 95% of all the pregnant ladies and girls we see are abortion-minded. So when they come to us, they already made up their minds. And that makes it sometimes a bit difficult. But we have a Sona machine, which we can offer then limited Sona scans to help the girls to see how far their pregnancies are, because sometimes they think they're 6 weeks pregnant and then they're 5 or 6 months pregnant. And you can just imagine the trauma if they go through an abortion, if they didn't know. And in many cases, if they just see that the scan, they can decide if they want to see it, and if they see it, and in many cases, if they see it's life, they make a different decision. Many times the girls doesn't even know, and when they see the scan, they said, I didn't know it's a human being. So that helps a lot, and then we also offer after abortion grief support, where moms that made that decision and going through regrets and guilt and brokenness, where we support them and walk a path of healing, a journey of healing with them. And then we have the mother's home, where the pregnant moms can come and stay if they're pregnant. Especially we get a lot of students when you're in your residence on campus or off campus, you can't stay there anymore, and then we offer accommodation for these moms. Yes, thank you.
I want to take a moment. They're also unprepared for this, but I want to take a moment and honor the fact that we, as a local church, get to partner with you in your ministry and in your leadership, because this is a very tangible, a very real way of taking the love of Jesus into a city that's broken, into a city that needs hope.